And in this video, we are going to see how to create your very first React app. What setups do we need? What all softwares do we need to start with? And how to run your very first application in the browser. So this the end product of this particular video would be you guys will be able to run your code in localhost and you can see this particular screen. Stay tuned. Let's get started. The very first thing you guys need is Node. So to install Node, you guys can go to this nodejs.org and whatever environment you guys are using. Let's say if it's a Windows, if it's a Mac, you can download Node from here. And once you download Node, probably in here you can see the node will be available. Welcome to Node, something like that. And the npm install will also be available here. So if I say npm, so that will also be available here. So you need some kind of command to run the npms. The npm is basically node package manager, so I'll probably go ahead and clear that. So you guys might be wondering which IDE or which terminal is this. So in the entire video, I'll be using this iTerm. You guys can see this is for Mac and iTerm is available here. You guys can go ahead and download this. So this is only for the, you guys can use any of the terminal, and that would be used to run any of the npm commands we need. So I'll share this link in the video URL. So once you're here, the next thing you need is install the globally install npm install global create react app. So this particular thing is already installed in my machine. So if you want to see the tutorial, you can go ahead and see here. So this particular thing is create React app, and you need this to create any React app going further. And the next thing would be, the most important thing would be the ID what I'm using. So in the entire videos, I'll be using the Visual Studio. You guys can go ahead and download Visual Studio from here. So once the npm is installed, once this create React app is installed, you guys can go ahead and create your folder. So let's say if I want to create something at and my, so if I go to personal, you can create your own directly, like my first React app. So this will create your directory inside whatever folder you want, and you can go here. Sorry, you can go here, and now you can use create React app and the app name. So whatever the app name you want, and I'll be using TypeScript throughout the tutorial. So you can use you can complete till here, or if you want the TypeScript syntax to be there, so you can use dash dash TypeScript for that. So probably I'll use this. So it will take care of generating the entire folder structure for React. So this might take some time. So that's the setup you guys need to have. So first thing is Node. Second thing would be the Visual Studio or whatever IDE you guys want. And if you want the same terminal what I'm using, you guys go ahead and see item 2. And to create a React app, so probably we need a global variable. So we can install it globally using npm, and then we can run our code. So let's see, this will be done in a moment. Yeah. So if you see here, you can see, like if I do ls, you can see the app name is created inside that. So if I go to cd app name, now we want the code to be run here. So what you guys can do is you can use pwd and use this, then probably go ahead and use code, and it will open the Visual Studio code for you at that particular location. See, so now your application is running at the Visual Studio code. You can see the source is here, So whatever you have created is here. So if you guys don't see, so this code is not kind of accessible, you can open the Visual Studio at the very first time. You can go to, you can click on settings, you can go to command palette, and just enter shell command install code command in path. So this will install the code command in path, and next time when you enter code, so it will open the code. So if you only enter code, it will open the code, but if you enter code along with the path name, it will open the entire folder structure in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so now we have the source here, and it includes the predefined folder structure what the React TypeScript folder structure provides us. And now we can go ahead and do npm start. Let's see what it does. So it's basically starting the app.tsx file. So if you go here, so there is an index.tsx file. There should be an index.tsx file that actually renders the app. So it renders the app in the root. And where is this root coming from? So if you go to index.html, so there would be an id root. So anything inside the id root will be rendered here. So what is inside id root? So if I go to index.tsx, so inside id root, so it's rendering the app. And what is this app? So if you go here, so you have to click on, so how did I went there? So you have to click on command and wait for some time and click here, and you can go here. So this is something which is provided by a Visual Studio. So probably I'll increase this a bit. So this is the first initial page you can see for the React application. So if you go here, you can see, yes, your local 3000 is now running with edit source app.tsx and save and reload. So let's say if I remove this, this is my first React app. Let me save this. See, this is my first React app, and you guys are good to start with that. So probably I'll remove this also. It's not required. So you can go ahead and start with that. So this will be your first React app. You can change anything you want. And where is the CSS coming from? If you go, so in parallel, they have created the CSS file. All the CSS, the basic CSS is coming from here. And how to add that? Just import that CSS file, and you are done. So that will be your initial setup, and how to create the folder structure for React Native, sorry, for the React.js, and whatever the requirements are, like Node, npm, Visual Studio, item. So this will be the entire setup for this, and you are good to start with that. Yeah, that's pretty much. So in the next topic, we will cover how to create a component for React. So this is only the basic structure. So we'll be creating the component in the next. Okay, bye bye.